the case may be?
Well, setting a timeline is always very good. That means you are conscious of, you are bound to get a result. It is not what you do. You set your timeline, you set a milestone, and you follow up and see where you can get your information, how enough you can get people's feedback. So I don't know whether he will need to, he cannot do that all alone until whatever the Constitution say again, because it appears everything we got to do, it has to come from one book or the other. But if you can listen to what I have been saying, I am the one who is saying something different. What Kachi with me here has said about the decree and nepotism and all of that is what we've been complaining about for how many, 20 years? What the review of all the conferences they have had is what Biodu is saying. And I am with him, but on the different part. We need to take on the institution, one system at a time, and we need to take on the restructuring of the judicial system. Let ordinary man on the street know that he can get justice. That is how to go about it.
Dr. Ananuju?
Good. Timeline, we don't have the time. The earlier we do this, the better for the country. If we waste time, some people might refuse the restructuring. I will just give you an example. When the president came in, if you see how he trickily seized control of all the parastatals under the Interior Ministry, that did not frighten people from agitating for their rights. So I think we need to do this and do it very, very quick. We have now grown a population that is so aware. Awareness is forcing, that assertions. You don't have to keep the people down for too long. Timeline is good, but we don't have time on our side. We have grown children who are now up to 18. 18 years of democracy means those children can drive, they can vote, and they can talk. Now, that democracy has matured to an extent that we don't have time. If you joke with an 18-year-old child, you might lose that child. So an 18-year-old democracy is telling you, look, I've been here, I don't have any document backing me up. People have been patient to take the Decree 24 from General Abubakar, but of course, Decree 24 is no more working. We have democratized the economic space. We must now allow the political superstructure to be available to democracy. This is what we're saying. The papers written by the soldiers have elapsed. It has expired. And that's why we do not have time. Once something expires, you don't really say, I will take it in March. Now, if you take it in March, it could kill you as poison. Where the country is right now, nothing holds us together. So let us agree, come together by starting to adopt the 2014 papers, because I think it was well agreed by everybody. The people who are upset and afraid of change are those who believe that they stand to gain from the fraudulent papers that were given to us by the soldiers.
Dr. Ananuju, sorry, Dr. Ananuju, there are those who argue that the 2014 document, confab report, is a PDP document. There's someone who's tweeting here that the ruling party was not part of that conference, and so you may not want to work with it. Do you think that should be taken into consideration?
I can hear. Correct. Could you come again, please? Could you come again?
The 2014 confab report you keep referring to, and all of you have referred to it. There are those who argue that it's a PDP document, and the ruling party might not want to be a part of that document, even though you say it's been agreed on by almost everybody that was there.
Very good. If you call it PDP document, the economy is a
PDP
PDP
economy. PDP document.
16 years of unbroken economic expansion.
Hold on, Dr. Ananuju. Hold on, Dr. Ananuju. Issa Inua says the terms of restructuring must be discussed. The confab report was PDP, and many groups were sidelined. Issa Inua said that.
Well, if you call people together again, I doubt if you get anything different from what you have there. Because what you have there is something put together by all sections of Nigeria. Why don't you do your own? If you think that one is not good, do your own. You'll see that the same thing will come back. There is no thing that is rocket science. We have lived here for too long. Take, for instance, the issue about the headsman thing. Nigerians have known now, we've grown to the extent where if you want to do cattle business, you must look at what the Poultry Association has done. They invest money, they buy feeds, they buy all the medicines to look after the thing. When they sell, the profit is private profit. You cannot combine grazing, open grazing with open farming. Why? The heads will go there and eat up the crops. And if the crops are bought with money that was borrowed, what would you tell that family? So if you want to do grazing, just like the Chicken and Poultry Association do, you find money, you buy something. If you do the confab 20 times, the same result on closed ranching will still emerge.
So how do you think, or where should this restructuring start from? Where and how? It
should start from a change of the constitution. We must start the restructuring by building a brand new constitution. Right now, the country exists with the documents given to us by soldiers. So once we now build a constitution, agree to we the people, then we can start from there. Based on what we agree on the constitution, that will be the basis of the restructuring.
Okay. Ajia?
Yes.
Hello?
The way forward, Hajia.
Oh, on the same point? Okay, let me quickly say this. Yeah. We don't need to be too sentimental. Okay, you are talking. I don't hear that.
Go ahead.
Please, can you come again because
He has said
yes,
that we should start from the Constitution. Do you agree with that?
Of course, I do agree. I do agree. We should start from the Constitution because, like I have said before, the Constitution is outdated. Even the language in it is outdated. We need to update the Constitution. We need to take a look at what is the current day problem that we need to solve so that we can include that in the Constitution. That is one thing we have to do. But our problem is that people are too sentimental in everything that we need to discuss. People are too politically inclined. You cannot sit here and tell me that the conference they did on 2014 is the best we ever had, where the political class were representing the masses, that is more than 150 million. If we want to go all over again, like I said, I don't believe in that. If we want to go all over again, we will need to have a way that get to the people that matters, which are the masses on the street, in their homes, in the market, and they'll be able to give us exactly how they feel, and we include that.
All right, Mr. Shomi, the unity or disunity in Nigeria affects the people. So what role should the people play in this issue of restructuring?
Yeah, it's quite clear that whichever angle you're looking at it is the well-being of the people that matters at the end of the day. That is a country that is able to deliver, the aspirations and hopes of the people in an equitable way, in line with their custom, traditions, culture, and what have we. What the role of the people currently should be is, one, the issue of restructuring needs to be debated and taken seriously because we do not want war. We don't want the country to collapse. We want to live together, but it has to be negotiated. The basis of that unity must be negotiated. We must also agree that we have to respect each other. Each of the component parts of this country, no matter how remote that ethnic nation is located, they are all ethnic nationalities. Nigeria is just a country made up of ethnic nationalities. So why can't we discuss and agree on what to do? The federal government on its own, because people keep asking the question, how do you implement restructuring?
Okay. All right.
There are two ways. One is that you invoke the doctrine of necessity, as previously stated, by me, or we can have the National Assembly to pass an act allowing for a referendum. And then we take the documents,
Thank you very much. Dr. Kach Onanuju joined us from our Abuja studio with Hajia Miriam Yakubu, a development activist. Thank you both. Biodun Showumi of the Core Federalist Group also joined us here in our Lagos studios. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Sunrise will be back shortly. Please don't go away.